Scenario 2. Human Development. Real Scene 2. Professions. Professional development refers to the vocational education with specific reference to continuing education of the person undertaking it in the area of employment. Anonymous. My goal. When I have completed Scenario 2, I'll understand how to express myself using simple present tense and to use expressions of time. I'll also learn about a variety of professions. Introductory questions. Number 1. What are the most common professions in your country? Number 2. Do you know any professions that do not require a college degree? Number 3. What new professions do you think will appear in the 21st century?
Professions versus occupations. A profession is a specialized work function within society, generally performed by a professional. More specifically, profession often refers to fields that require extensive study and mastery of specialized knowledge, such as law, medicine, the military, nursing, the clergy, or engineering. In this sense, a profession is different than an occupation, which refers generally to the nature of a person's employment. Indeed, the word profession comes from profess, such as a professor would lecture on his or her area of expertise. Classically, there were only 3 professions: the church, medicine, and law. Some professions and duties: actor, accountant, actress, architect, artist, assembler, barber, baker, bookkeeper, butcher, bus driver, cashier, carpenter, chef, computer programmer, construction worker, electrician, engineer, farmer, firefighter, lawyer, journalist, science teacher, veterinarian. What do you know about these professions?
Listening. Conversation. Listen and practice.
What do you do, Sue?
I'm a travel agent.
Oh, really? What do you do there?
All kinds of things. I sell tickets and take people on tours.
That's very nice.
Yes, I like my job a lot. What do you do?
I'm a businessman. I have a small clothing store.
Oh, great. Where is your store?
It's on the corner of Main Street and First Avenue.
OK, I'll visit you there next week.
OK. See you later.
Grammar Structure 1. Time expressions. In the morning. In the evening. In the afternoon. On weekdays. On weeknights. On weekends. On Saturdays. On Mondays. At night. Before or after noon. At 6 p.m. Until midnight. Writing. Complete these sentences. A. I get up 5 the morning weekdays. B. I start classes 8 o'clock the morning. C. I have a break 3 o'clock the afternoon, Fridays. D. I have dinner 7 o'clock the evening. E. I stay up 11 o'clock weekends. Grammar Structure 2. Simple present tense and WH questions. Where do you work? I work at a bank. What do you do? I'm an accountant. What does she do? She's a travel agent. Where does Tom work? He works in the mall. Writing. Complete the conversation.
What? You?
I'm an architect.
Do you work?
I at T&G Construction.
What about your wife? What she do?
She, an art teacher. She, at the University of Florida.
History of professions. Historically, the number of professions were limited to members of the clergy, medical doctors, and lawyers. They held a monopoly on professional status and on professional education, with military officers occasionally recognized as social equals. Self-governing bodies such as guilds or colleges, backed by state-granted characters guaranteeing monopolies, limited access to those organizations and controlled behavior within each profession. With the rise of technology and occupational specialization in the 19th century, other careers began to claim professional status. Engineers, paramedics, teachers, and even accountants, until today, almost any occupational group can at least unofficially aspire to a professional rank. Terms such as occupation serve the purpose of upholding the distinction between professionals and others who hold no specific distinction but work for a living. Such a word avoids the confusion caused by vague uses of the words professional and professionalism to express prestige, approval, or a sense of exclusivity. Reading. Professions tend to have certain qualities in common, such as being self-restricted, self-regulating, and exclusive. A profession always refers to work requiring academic or practical preparation and is typically the way a person generates income. Membership to a profession is usually self-restricted and self-regulated. For example, lawyers regulate themselves through a bar association, and they restrict membership through the licensing and accreditation of law schools. Hence, professions also have a great deal of autonomy, setting rules and enforcing discipline themselves. Professions are also generally exclusive, which means that the laymen are either legally prohibited from or lack the ability to practice the profession. For example, people are generally prohibited by law from practicing medicine without a license, and would be unable to practice medicine well without first acquiring the skills of a physician. Professions also require rigorous training and schooling beyond the basic college degree. Lastly, because entrance into professions is so competitive, their members typically have above-average mental skills. There is no standard definition of a modern professional, however. And beyond the classical examples, lawyers, doctors, etc., there are many groups that claim the status of professional. For example, school teachers often refer to their occupation as a profession, even though it is not exclusive. People teach others outside of the traditional school environment. Nor is entrance competitive, nor are they self-regulating. Lay people in state legislatures or on boards of education typically set the rules and regulate teachers.
Writing. Questions. How do lawyers regulate themselves? Why are professions generally exclusive? What is a general requirement to perform a profession? What are some groups that claim the status of professional?
Speaking. Exercise. Talk to the agent about your profession or occupation and discuss its importance to society and the rules that govern it. Research spot. Look for more information about 1. Highest paid professions in the world. 2. Lowest paid professions in the world. 3. Most common occupations in your country.